Welcome back to Broncos and Parts Garage. This is part two of the Godzilla swap going into my Supercharged 95 Ford Bronco. Today I'm going to be taking the bumper off. I'm going to be taking the core support, radiator out, fan shroud. We're going to try to take the fenders off and get the engine pulled later on today. Normally we hack these things out, but now we have to take our time because I want to, obviously preserve the truck as best I can, whether we sell the engine or not. So what I'm going to do is you're going to hear some music. We're going to time lapse this, so we're going to speed it up. But every time we change something, I'm going to stop and talk to the camera, and we'll probably do a little voiceover as well. So let's get some tools and get started. Okay, so far we've got the battery tray out, we've got most of the harness pulled back, we've got the grill removed, as you can see, we've got the trans cooler out, the DC condenser out. I had a little bit of trouble. I couldn't remember how to pull the headlight bezels out. I remember there's the two 7/16 screws, so that kind of sped things up, kind of had to be stumped for a few seconds. If you look down here, take a peek down here if you can see, Connor. Right here, this core support, I don't know if you can tell. It's completely, here, stuff the camera in there. It's completely rotted out. There's nothing connecting this side to this side down below. And that necessitates the reason why we're going to swap this out. I am going to put a remanufactured unit in from Jeff's Bronco Graveyard. They gave it to me a while ago, or I ordered it a while ago. It's been sitting here. Next thing we're going to do is get this core support out. I'll probably be cutting this thing out. I'm going to pull the header panel off. I have spare header panels, so depending on the condition of this one, we might pop this one out, hack it up, but you guys know I got parts hanging on the walls behind me. So let's get back to it. All right, we're back. I've got a guest mechanic here who's going to be instrumental in helping me finish this build. His name's Tyler. We call him Red, so go ahead and light him up in the comments. What I'm going to do is get the bumper off. I'm going to take off this rotted core support you can see here, and I'm going to take off the supercharger head unit to make some room for our cables and straps and chains to get this engine out of here. Tyler, what are you going to do?
I'm going to get underneath the truck, get ready to drop the transmission, drain the fluid, drain the transfer case. It was incorrectly built by a previous helper. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
So it's just going to go in the trash because that's what it is. And we got something a lot better going in its place, so we're not going to even worry about it. Other than that, disconnect the exhaust, drive shafts out the way, electrical connectors, and we're gonna get ready to get this thing out of here.
All right, let's get some tools and get started. That's my catchphrase. Get some tools and get started. Woo! All right, we're back. We've got the engine ready to come out. Tyler, what do you do, Tyler?
Basically, just as we said in the beginning, jumped underneath, disconnected all the trans lines, connectors, got everything drained out, got the transfer case split apart from the transmission, brought that aside, drive lines are both out, motor mounts, everything should be disconnected. You might see us miss something, but I doubt it. I think we got these things down.
You'll hear me yell if you miss something, but we usually go around with a wire, make sure you don't snag anything. We're gonna use the picker to take it out. We got a lift here, but this is just easier. We're gonna get it out of the way. Enjoy this clip because this is the fun part. Let's go.
The final chance of this thing having this old junk garbage weight boat anchor motor in it.
No! All right, jack it up.
No!
All right, we got it out. I screwed up. I left one fuel line connected after I removed the FMU, the Paxton Fuel Management Unit. I did disconnect 2 fuel lines. I just didn't do the correct fuel line, and Tyler pointed that out to me. What do you think? What do you think of the job there, bud?
Hey, I got used to these things. They're super easy. Coming out of a clean truck that's already had work done to it before. this was a cakewalk, and I'm looking forward to this project and getting this other drivetrain in here and seeing what this truck's made out of.
We're gonna destroy Tokyo with Godzilla. I'm gonna sell this motor. Guys, it's got Edelbrock heads, a 351. It's got about 170,000 miles on it. You've seen the other videos. It's still strong. I would go through it still, but it does have decent headers on it, Edelbrock heads. I am selling the Supercharger kit. We took that off, $3,300 for best offer. Comes with the fuel management unit. You don't need to upgrade anything because it vacuum activates and actually increases your fuel pressure from whatever 42 to 90, whatever it needs. Let's point it over here. Next thing we're gonna do is take out the liners. We're gonna take out the computer and more of the harnesses. And then I'm gonna clean up this engine bay. What do you think, Tyler? We're gonna degrease it, scuff it up, probably paint it, I'm guessing a satin black. I don't wanna go glossy or anything. But we're gonna get it looking nice for that new Godzilla motor. You got anything to add?
No, I completely agree with you. Try to do our best to clean up the firewall, eliminate all of the old components that aren't gonna be used at all anymore. Try to make this thing look great under the engine bay like it came there. Obviously this is a swap. A lot of people I'm sure are trying to do it. We're trying to do it to the best of our ability, make sure that it's drivable, has longevity, and we can beat this thing without second guessing it. So we're gonna try to do everything that we can to make sure that we hit those marks and build one of the baddest Broncos you've ever seen.
I like that, I like that. And Tony, if you're listening, yeah, it's gonna be better than yours. We are gonna cam it, I think, before we do it. So I think if you follow Cletus McFarland's channel, they do Texas Speed.
Yep.
We're gonna get one of their cams, and I guess you could easily bump this thing up to 630 horsepower and about 650 foot-pounds of torque, which should really motivate this. It's got 35s. I'm gonna put 36s or 37s on it. It's got a 488 rear gear, so I mean, it's just gonna be a beast, but it's also gonna be a beast on the pavement, because I don't think I'm gonna take it off-road.
Yeah.
Maybe to the dunes, we'll see.
I mean, you know, a lot of the guys that work on these 7.3 motors, they already have the understanding. They have rocker and push rod issues where they weren't really designed too great with their factory standards. So any of you guys that work at a Ford, you're a Ford tech, work at a dealer, you understand that you've had the heads off of these engines and they aren't really fun to work on in the vehicle. So while it's out, we want to make sure that we get the cam in there, we get the rockers, we get hardened push rods, we do everything to make sure that this motor stays in this truck forever. Yep,
this is part 2. We'll do part 3, and hopefully I'll get this thing loaded up. So please like, share, subscribe, and follow along with our build. See you next time.